Hello students, I hope you are all fine and in good health. In this audio presentation, I will discuss the two value-based questions from the chapter Ranga's Marriage. So, let me start. The very first question is, the institution of child marriage is deep rooted in our society. Laws are present to check it, but it is still prevalent in our society. It is an evil which laws alone cannot annihilate. Something more is to be done, discussed. That means this question is very argumentative. It is about the evil practice of child marriage, which is as harmful as dowry. So, what can be a possible explanation? Because your explanation is the answer. How will you proceed? So, let's start. Child marriage is prohibited by law in our country. Strangely enough, this social tradition means norm, or we can say in other words, custom. This social tradition is still prevalent in society. Child marriage is a social evil. Thus, this social evil needs treatment at the social level, and this responsibility lies on the shoulders of the social organizations. Since it is a social evil, so in order to eradicate it once and for all, or rather to say, in order to annihilate it once and for all, it depends on the society people, or rather to say, it depends on the society members or on the societal organizations also, or social organizations to say precisely. They should carry out intensive awareness programs or campaigns, you can say, against child marriage. To fight this evil, young boys and girls should willingly come forward to oppose this tradition, because society underwent a sea change because of advancement in the field of education, in the field of science and technology, and obviously nowadays we are talking about equality of gender also, isn't it? So young educated boys and girls, they should come to the forefront. They should protest against it. Child marriage snatches away childhood and its dreams. Child marriage is definitely a social evil. It snatches away childhood and its dreams. It makes a girl child's life a virtual hell, because if a girl gets married at a minor age, ultimately her life turned into a hell, or we can say a virtual hell. Motherhood at a very tender age, tender means, dear students, young age, leaves her physically and mentally weak. As she is not well educated, she does not know how to look after her children efficiently. Since she is not so well educated, it becomes a huge challenge for her to educate her children. It becomes a very difficult task for her. The girl who becomes mother at a tender age often die of premature death. Sadly, a girl dies of premature death also at a very young age. If she gets married at a very young age, if she gives birth at a young age, there is high risk of possibility that she might die also at a young age. Now I am moving on to the next paragraph related with the same answer. Those who try to perpetuate means to promote, or dear students, another meaning, propagate, child marriage should be severely punished. The custodians of law, that means those who are looking after the law and order of the country, they are known as the custodians of law. If found negligent, should be equally punished. If the people who are in charge of law and order, if they are negligent in their duties, then definitely they also should be punished. More and more girls should be educated. Moreover, the girls must have more say, when the question of their marriage crops up. A girl should actually speak up. It actually depends on a girl first. So a girl should speak up when talks about her marriage creates an issue in the family. Such measures can provide the only way to uproot this most heinous means gruesome, something that is practically devilish and evil. We can associate with this term heinous. So I repeat, such measures can provide the only way to uproot this most heinous of the social evil. So educated girls should come forward. That is the most important thing that can be done. Society must be more progressive. Then only this heinous crime or that is related with child marriage can be uprooted from the society. Dear students, now I am proceeding to the next of the value based question. To decry any language and any culture is not good. Decry means to humiliate, to criticize in a very negative manner. So I repeat, to decry any language and any culture is not good. The bad thing is the unmindful aping of other cultures. Aping means something that is related with imitating or doing a bit of a mimicry, that is known as aping. So related to this, you have to elaborate. Again, another argumentative question, another value-based question. So how will you proceed? And dear students, how will you start your answer? You can start it in this way. The widening influence of the Western culture is all pervasive. Every culture has positive as well as negative points, whether it is Eastern culture or whether it is Western culture. Let me remind you all, every culture has some positive points and every culture do have some negative aspects also. Soaping any culture blindly is never good. Soaping, following blindly any culture is never good. English education has changed our lifestyle. It is good that it has made us broad-minded, it made us progressive also, and we have rejected many age-old and outdated rites and rituals. Now, most importantly, Western education, with the inception of the Western education, it led us to reject all age-old customs, rituals and norms. Today, our women are no longer the slaves of men because obviously democracy is one reason, but most importantly, spread of education and equality in terms of gender, or in other words we can say gender equality. For that reason only, today our women are no longer the slaves of men. They have their own say in every matter of our life. But under the influence of Western culture, we have ignored the good of our own culture. But too much of aping of the Western culture ultimately led us to distract our minds from our own rich culture and heritage. Junk food has replaced our healthy food diet. Materialism has made us forget the values of human relations. So much of materialism all over that the subtle, delicate values or delicate human values are the things that we don't follow nowadays. We literally neglect the human emotions, human values that are once upon a time considered to be very important and very significant. Apart from that, cutthroat competition, a product of Western culture, has made us insensitive and brutish. We don't have any feelings, as if we have become over competitive in our life. We are all engaged in the mad rat race, and ultimately what it turned us? It turned us into insensitive persons. It turned us into brutish persons. old morals and values are forgotten. Most importantly, our rich culture and traditions are never taken now into due considerations. Even the younger generation nowadays, they don't know about the rich culture and tradition of which once upon a time we used to be very much proud of. Now it is a big shame for our country's future prospect, isn't it, dear students? Now let me continue. Old morals and values are forgotten. Marriage is a union of two families. So while having the right to choose one's life partner, one's family's role should not be ignored. Family should also play a very pivotal or a decisive role. We can't ignore the role of the family seniors or the family elders. We can conclude that we should try to form an amalgamation. Amalgamation means a sort of a mixture or a fusion, you can say, an amalgamation of positive points of different cultures and make this world a better place to live in. We can imbibe, we can follow, we can actually amalgamate different cultures, or rather to say particularly specifically extracting the positive points out of different cultures, amalgamating by extracting the positive points out of different cultures, and in that way in the near future there is a good possibility that by amalgamating all the positive points of different cultures we can not only make our country a better place to live in, but holistically considering the world also we can make it, that means the entire world also, we can make it a better place to live in. So that was it, dear students. That was the explanation related with the two value based questions related with this chapter, Ranga's marriage. I sincerely hope that you all will listen to this audio presentation, and dear students, if there is any doubt, don't hesitate, let me know. I will try my level best to answer all your doubts, to clarify all your doubts. Till then, listen to this audio presentation very carefully. Thank you, students. Thank you all.